Welcome to my channel. This video was supposed to be a normal, everyday type video that I've been putting out for the last so many weeks or many days. But today was a little bit different. This day, I actually had just went to Walmart, bought some groceries, and I said, you know what, let me go ahead and check out the Zocalo. I had already been to the Zocalo, but I wanted to check out the Zocalo, which is the city center, and check out other parts of the area. So again, I cut out a lot of this video because it was super long, but I wanted to kind of get to the main point. It was supposed to be a normal, regular video like any other video where I'm showing you where I'm at, where I'm going, and what I'm doing. And this was supposed to be no different. I was excited. I had already been in the city only a week. So I was excited to check out this beautiful area. As you can see, it's beautiful. I'm sitting there, I'm checking out the church. My intent was to go down there, start at the Zocalo, and walk around and just check out other museums and other art museum and other parks or whatever around it. I was just going to check it out and make sure I catch it on film. And that was the plan. But today, things just happened just a little bit different. It started out okay, but kind of ended a little bit different. Nothing dangerous happened, but it was enough to make me think, what did I just walk into? Again, as you can see from right here, again, my thing is I was just checking out the area. This is the Templo Mayor Museum. Again, I had no idea it was right there. Again, I had no plan. I was just basically walking, gonna check out what I check out, and just take a look at the area. And as you can see, it's a beautiful place. Now this place is actually closed, which makes me wonder. I guess that portion right there is probably where a lot of pictures are, because I'm wondering. Well, I see bridges and everything, so I'm thinking, why would you want to go inside? You can get a better look on the outside, which is where I'm at. But I guess if you want to touch it and get closer pictures, then I guess that's not a bad thing. I just thought it was just kind of odd to, that it was closed. But even this part, I think, was closed maybe up until a few weeks before I got here. So I was just grateful that it was open, and the parts I wanted to see, I can see right here. Now, again, after this, my intent was actually just to go around that square, just pretty much go around the block and see what I can see. I had not looked at the map. I had not seen any type of site map, so I had no idea where I was going and what I was doing. I was just going to walk around, take pictures, and then whatever shows up, shows up. So as you can see, I'm still looking at this, because I'm kind of interested about it. Then as I was getting ready to walk around the block, I saw these vendors. I said, okay, let me check this out. You know what I mean? Now, I had no intentions of buying anything. I said, let me just check it out. So anyway, I decided to check it out. And as I was walking down the street, I started to see more and more people. And it was a lot more energized. It was very energetic. As you can see, it was just a lot of people. And again, my intent was only just to go maybe a block and turn around and come back. But it's almost like I was pulled in there. It's just like the energy from all the people and the vendors and all the people. That's a lot of people there. I mean, you can't really see it in this video, but it's a lot of people there, just selling things, and a lot of people buying things. It's just people everywhere. So but what amazed me about this is that it's not a closed off street, even though it should. You still see traffic going in the street, and I'm not sure why. So it's just kind of weird. Again, I look at it, just vendors everywhere, thousands of people. Now think about it. Does this look like an area where you don't think you should be in? There's a lot of people here. And again, there's vendors everywhere. There's people everywhere. I mean, it get crowded, and then it kind of thin out a little bit, and then it get crowded again. It's just energized with just a lot of people. Now, I did not know I was pretty much headed into an area that I shouldn't be in. Now, Tepito, now keep in mind, at this point, I actually, even though I cut a lot of this video off, I probably have already been maybe 10 minutes already walking down the street, which you can cross quite a few blocks in 10 minutes. So this place, this area, this market goes for a long way, both directions. Just vendors everywhere. I don't even know how stores even make a profit because there's so many vendors out there. Now keep in mind, this is a Saturday at 2:30 in the afternoon. Now why are there vehicles in here? I have no idea. You would think this would be an area they would want to avoid, but I mean, you see right there, that's a policeman. Again, it seems normal to me. It's right near the federal center where the federal government of Mexico meet at. This is right behind it. So I would never think this would be an area that I shouldn't go to. Now keep in mind, this is what they call heading to the Tepito area. Tepito. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it correctly, but I heard of Tepito, but I didn't know where it was. I heard of negativity. I heard you shouldn't go there, especially during the day or anytime, daytime or nighttime. So in my mind, I already knew I wasn't going. And in my mind, Tepito was an area where, you almost know that you're going there. I never thought of Tepito to be an area where you just run up on by mistake. You know what I mean? But apparently that's kind of what's going on, that I'm in an area that I technically shouldn't be in. But look at all these people. I mean, I've never been in an area where people shouldn't go, but there's thousands and thousands of people going there. I didn't understand that. You know what I mean? That logic. But again, at this point in this video, I have no idea that I'm near the Tepito area. Look at it. Look at this. It get crowded. Now this is the area I guess it's blocked off where there is no traffic. But it was just wall to wall people. Now again, I cut some of this video off because it was long. I at this point I think I have walked maybe 15 minutes, which you can go quite a distance of 15-20 minutes. So again, it looks still pretty normal to me. Look at it. Streets after streets of just vendors, just everywhere. I mean, just look at it. Just people everywhere, vendors everywhere, in the middle of the street, on the side. And there's actually, believe it or not, even though there seem like thousands of vendors, there's also stores that's on that street. So I don't know, again, how they can make a bid. I mean, how they can, because from what I'm told, this is like this every day. You know what I mean? Maybe not to this extent, but vendors are out there every day. So I don't think they just set up just on Saturday. I think this is like this, some sort every day, maybe more on the weekend than during the week, but still, it's pretty busy throughout every day. Again, just walking. And at this point, I'm thinking, I should turn around, but again, I just kept walking, thinking the end would be near, and I could just go out the end and go out somewhere else. But it didn't seem like the end was anywhere near, and I didn't feel like I, wanted to go back. Now I have to admit, at this point, it seems that even though it still seemed like a lot of people here, it seemed like, it's just felt different, that the crowd wasn't there. It seemed to be kind of thinning out a little bit. I don't know if that's a warning or not, but it just didn't seem as busy or as many people as it was when I first, maybe 5, 6, 10 minutes ago. Even though it's still kind of busy, you're going to see in just a second where it just thin out. Look, hardly no one there. Now, maybe that was the first sign that you're much deeper than you probably should be. But again, at this point, I have no idea that I'm anywhere near Tepito, the area that I shouldn't be in. But as I get closer, I'm walking down the street. I'm walking down the street, Again, hardly no vendors, no people, just people selling stuff. I had a kind of a weird feeling like I maybe should go now, but I don't know which way to go, and I don't want to go back because I don't want to go back to the crowd again just to go back. So I said, you know what, the first opportunity, I'm going to leave. But look at it. It just seemed like no way out. You just keep going straight until you come to the end, and that was my intention. Just keep going straight until I come to the end. Now, as you can see, as I get closer, there's something happens. You know, I'm walking, looking for a way to get out because I'm kind of ready to go. And look, that guy hollered at me, but I'm not sure if he's hollering for any reason. And boom, well, right here, someone said something to me. And as you can see, I answered and I put the phone away. What just happened? Well, he pretty much told me that I need to put my camera down. Now, keep in mind, my camera wasn't that big, but he saw it. And he said that he actually said to me that he wanted to see it. And I said, no, I'm going to put it away. But he really wanted to see it. Now, keep in mind, they wasn't that close to me, but they was distant, and I was still walking away from them. But they wanted to see it. And at that point, I said, you know what? I'm going to put it away, and I kind of kept walking. And I didn't look behind, but I just kind of kept walking. And I said, oh, my God, I need to get out of here. This is probably time to go. I kept walking, and then the first immediate left that I saw, I made a left and walked out. Keep in mind, I didn't run, and I didn't even look behind. I just put my phone away and my camera away, and I kept walking. Now, keep in mind, at this point, I'm still kind of nervous. I'm not even sure if they're behind me. I didn't look behind because I didn't want it to sound too panicky, so I just kind of kept going. And as I was walking out, I said, oh, man, there's a lot of trash up in here. So I knew I was definitely in a different neighborhood than I have been in because, in most of the neighborhood, I had not seen a lot of trash. I saw a lot of trash. And I saw an area where, this looks different than where I've been. But I just kept walking. And for a split second, I looked back to see if anybody was following me. I didn't see anybody following me. So I said, you know what? Let me keep walking. And I wanted to keep walking until I walked to somewhere where I felt comfortable and saw familiar signs or familiar area. Because I knew by making a left, I was at least heading back somewhere in the basic direction of where I came from. You know what I mean? So there was some familiarity if I kept walking. And I walked maybe a good 5-10 minutes until I walked somewhere where I felt somewhat comfortable. And I said, okay, I know this road right here. This is a major road. Let me make another left and keep walking toward this way. And this should take me back to the former area from where I came from. But I still walked and I was looking at cars because I didn't know if they were still following me, or if they jumped in cars looking for me. I didn't know what was happening because they might have been looking for me to take the camera away from me so they can erase or just steal the camera from me and erase whatever I had on the camera, which I don't know what I had on there. But I just kept walking and walking and walking. And then I felt, okay, I don't think no one's following me. And that's when I pulled out the phone and said, okay, where am I? How do I get home? Put in my address. All right, I'm heading in the right direction. So let me go home to my Airbnb and get out of here because something's not right and I'm not feeling comfortable right now. So let me go back. You know what I mean? Again, at this time, I still had no idea where I was. I just thought that I was in an area that I should have been in, but again, had no idea it was Tepito area. You know what I mean? So I decided to go home, and as soon as I got home, I pretty much went to my phone. As soon as I got home, I wanted to know where was I? was I in Tepito? And I said, all right, let me go ahead and look at this. So I pull out my phone and say, okay, where was I? Because I was like, is this Tepito? Is this the place that I wasn't supposed to go? So obviously I pulled up the map. This is Zocalo, which is where I was, right there near the National Plaza. And I went there and I walked down back with the Temple Museum, which is kind of like right behind it. And then I saw this road here, and I just kind of took the road. I think this is the road I took here. Let me see, kind of open up a little bit here. Yeah, again, I was behind. Yeah. Again, like I said, I went through this road here, and I just kind of kept going. I saw this road, and I just kind of kept going. I granted, all of this area is just nothing but vendors back here. I didn't know that. I just saw vendors right here, and I just kept going. And I said, okay, again, looking at it like, okay, where's Tepito at? So let me just kind of squeeze in and kind of slide it down a little bit here. Like, okay, where was I? I kept going. All right. And as I keep going, look, right up here, Tepito. I went this far back. I know I did. I just kept going and going and going. It's like, wow, so that's Tepito. And I said, what's up with Tepito? So I went to Wikipedia and just kind of look at it. Obviously it talks about everything with Tepito, the history and everything, but it talks about the crime. It's always been populated by the lower and alienated classes, even in the prehistoric time. And it goes on to say most of Tepito was filled with the huge open-air market. Now keep in mind, this is supposed to be 25 streets or open-air markets. And most of the criminal activity occurs in the form of selling counterfeit items and stolen goods. 7 out of 10 illegally copied or counterfeit products consumed in Mexico go through this neighborhood. This is a really bad neighborhood. But again, thousands of people were there. He said, while the sale of counterfeit goods is still the main crime here, drug trafficking has made inroad as well. So maybe that's the problem. And again, you can probably read more of this right here. But again, this is just a wrong turn, not intentionally going to Tepito. Oh, man. It took me out for a day. You know what I mean? I don't think I even did anything the next day. But I was back in the shadow. back into the saddle again, showing videos. But I'm a lot more careful than where I went, from that point on. So it was a lesson learned. So if you're ever in Mexico, unless you really need to be there, you probably shouldn't go to Tepito. Again, thank you for watching. Talk to you next time. See you on the next one.